Just heartwarming to see those donations continue to come in. Laura, thank you. All right, let's talk weather once again with meteorologist Cody Proctor. Cody, we've heard from firefighters there is some concern about the temperatures later this week because they are climbing.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. We could be back up into the low 90s by the time we head into Thursday and into Friday. So that is something to be aware of, especially as we have this ridge of high pressure build up for us and continue to heat things up for us. But that's also going to impact our air quality as well for the next couple of days. We're not expecting much in the form of wind, so that smoke that's lingering right now could continue to linger for a couple more days from what we're expecting. That's why we have this weather impact alert through Wednesday, because of that unhealthy to very unhealthy air quality. At last check, this is where we stood as far as our air quality right now. This was for an air monitor around Airway Heights, much around Spokane. For those air monitors, actually range more into the unhealthy for some categories. So depending on where you're at, you might actually be seeing some better conditions than other folks right now at this time. But pretty much all of us is dealing with some form of air quality issues at this time, particularly around Spokane, but especially towards central Washington, right there around Wenatchee, towards Omak. We're seeing some pretty difficult conditions as far as our air quality at this time. Of course, as we check in with our smoke, it's no surprise why. We're still keeping track of that smoke around the region. Pretty much no matter what, some of us are going to see some smoke from some of these fires burning throughout the region. We might start to see some clearer conditions as we head into later Thursday. Watching that pretty closely as our winds continue to shift and change for us. At least one thing that is nice is that our visibility has improved compared to yesterday. 24 hours ago, we were down to about 2 to 3 miles of visibility around Spokane. Slightly improved for Spokane. Wenatchee, Moses Lake, however, down to 3 miles of visibility because of that smoke. You can see off in the distance just how hazy it is right now. Temperatures at this time currently at 83 degrees. At least those winds are light at the moment. That is helping our firefighters as far as their efforts because it's not causing much growth when it comes to the fires. But you can see that our temperatures are starting to warm up a bit. We're mostly down into the low 80s for us now. And again, we're expecting them to pick up as we head into the next few days. Those light winds and that air quality issue will continue to be a thing for us. Continuing to warm up might be into the low 90s later on, but dry weather for pretty much the rest of this week. So no relief in the form of moisture. As this week continues and this ridge of high pressure builds up, we'll expect to see those temperatures continue to climb for us. But heading towards the week, as this starts to flatten out, becomes more zonal, we might see another round of some breezy winds heading into our weekend from Friday into Saturday. Now, when it comes to that, for the next few days, we're expected to be calm to light for us. Friday, we start to see those winds pick up, especially around central Washington, and then we start to see them pick up here around our region into Saturday. But the wind gusts nowhere near what we saw on this past Saturday, mostly tracking them to be in the 15 to 20 mile per hour category for us. Moving on the future tracker, really no chance of precipitation at all for the next 48 hours or so. Highs around the region for us tomorrow. This is where we start to warm up. We could be back up into the upper 80s to low 90s for some. Colville, you might be about 94 degrees. We're looking to be about 89 here in Spokane with areas of smoke in our forecast. Thursday, Friday could see us back up into the low 90s. But again, Saturday could see some breezy winds picking back up for us.